There is little we can say with historical certainty about the goddess Danu. She is the mother of the Tuatha De Danann, the children of the goddess Danu. There are several rivers in Europe that bear her name, most notably the Danube. There is a Hindu goddess named Danu who may or may not be of the same deity, and that's about it. This is how I connect with Danu and honour her. You may find it helpful, but it is one way of doing it. There are, of course, many ways of honouring or giving thanks to the gods and the goddesses. Find a time when you won't be disturbed. A half an hour is best. Just before sunrise or just after sunset. But any time will do. Outside is best, but indoor is perfectly acceptable. Are you seeing a pattern here? Some ways are better than others, but do it your way. Prepare yourself, take a few deep breaths, ground and center. Perform an act of purification. Whatever you need to do to put yourself in a receptive frame of mind. Call to Danu. Use whatever names and titles seem appropriate. Danu, Mother Goddess, Lady of the Waters, I call to you. I honour you, and I listen for your wisdom. Unlike some deities, Danu doesn't have a million titles. Don't worry about going on and on with elaborate invocation. Just be yourself and be polite and be kind. Make a hospitality offering if you feel so called. Offer wine, mead. But for the ladies of the water, the Lady of the Water, an offering of water is quite appropriate. If you are outdoors, pour a libation into the ground. If you are indoors, pour into an offering bowl, and after the devotion take it outside or use it to water the plants. And now comes the hard part. Sit quietly and wait for her presence. How do you see her? As a young woman of infinite potential, pregnant with new beginnings, as a new mother nursing her child, as a strong and powerful woman, or perhaps as a great river nourishing all who drink from her. Hear her voice, or do you hear her maybe as a rushing stream, a flowing river, or a serene lake? Perhaps you simply feel her drawing near and sense the presence of a mighty being. There is no one right way to experience the presence of Danu. And what if you can't sense anything? Well, clear your mind. Hear more with your ears. Feel with all your being. Danu is a subtle goddess. Unlike some deities, she rarely overwhelms you. If you still can't sense anything, perform the devotion anyway. It is always good to honour the gods. Greet Danu. If you are presenting a public ritual, you may want to call a craft, a formal script for your for a solitary devotion. Simply speak from your heart. Imagine you are greeting a famous visitor from another country. Be friendly, be kind, but not overly familiar. Be polite, be genuine, be yourself. Acknowledge her call, give thanks for her presence and blessing. Express your interest in her and her work. If you've been called to make a special offering, a food offering, an object offering to a body of water, a song or a poem, well, make it now. Do not make careless statements. Do not promise what you cannot or will not do. Now, sit and listen. Perhaps she will communicate in thought, in words or in sounds, in visions or in images, or perhaps in more indefinite impressions. Be open in communication in many forms. There is no faster way to disappoint than insisting a goddess gives you an answer, only in your preferred medium. Just listen, experience, do not interrupt. There will be plenty of time for that later. At some point, the communion will be over. Pour another offering and this time drink some yourself. There is great power in shared food and drink. Thank Danu for her presence and her blessing. Add any words of farewell that might seem appropriate, and again be polite. Listen for her departure. Gradually, bring yourself back to this place, this time, and this word. Stand up, stretch, walk around. Gather up any objects or materials you may have used. Blessed be Danu, Mother Goddess and Lady of the Water.